Hey everyone, it's your favorite black single mother here, Samantha the millennial introvert, and today I wanted to talk about something that I thought was pretty cool. So Jeff Bezos is opening up a tuition-free academy called Bezos Academy Preschools in Texas, and here's where they will be. So first of all, I want to say, when first glance, when I see this, I am not surprised that once more white people are investing in the children. Yes, we have schools that have been opened by black people as well, but not for this age group. And usually it's not at this level where it's multiple schools. Like I think Diddy opened a school, LeBron James opened a school, and their schools are not getting the best reviews. I feel like a lot of times when black schools are opening, we are focusing on sports and like other things and not really so much the academics. But there's also, we know, a growing problem with childcare in America. And there's also been studies that have shown and proven that children absolutely benefit from going to school. I want to say as young as like 3 and 4. There is an amazingly unbelievable, huge benefit to children being in school from 3 years old, like going to pre-K starting at the age of 3 instead of waiting till 5 years old. So I mean, if you think about it, how much further will kids be past other kids who have been in a structured, more of like a real structured learning environment? Not to say that they're just sitting still the whole time, but like just something where they know between 9 to 5 they're going to be in school learning, having a dedicated teacher teaching them things for 2 years longer than their peers. And we all should know that, of course, like when you are in school, your education just basically compounds on top of what you learned the previous year. And also there's been studies that have shown that children up to a certain age, I want to say up to the age of 7, kids absorb information a lot easier and better, and they retain that info better, like their memory's better up until about the age of 7. So if you're waiting until 5 years old, you're already behind the 8 ball, because now you only have 2 years to try to get all this information into kids' heads versus having like 4 years. It just makes a huge difference. So let's just jump right into the article. So Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is known for making online shopping convenient for consumers. He's now looking to make childcare education convenient. Bezos has opened several Montessori-inspired preschools in the U.S. and is expanding in Texas, according to USA Today. Bezos Academy is free for children who are accepted. So they're saying how many academies are there. As of now, there are 13 preschools in Texas that are all tuition free. Bezos Academy preschools are free for children ages 3 through 5 and open to families who make less than 400% of the federal poverty line. That's amazing. That's a bit more than $92,000 annually for a family of 3, according to Bezos Academy eligibility guidelines for the school year. Okay. That's a lot, like $92,000 annually for a family of 3. That's 400% under the poverty line, federal poverty line. That's crazy. So the preschool is open year round. Wow, that's incredible. I love this. Typically from 8:30 to 5 p.m., 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. They provide children with 3 meals per day. Wow, plus snacks. Bezos also has academies set up in Arizona, Florida, Washington, Kentucky, and Hawaii. They're asking where are the schools located. So you have one in Cockrell Hill in Dallas, Singing Hills in Dallas, Denton, Texas, Houston, Texas, Denver, in the Denver Harbor area, Magnolia Park in Houston, Texas, North Shore in Houston, Texas, North Side in Houston, Texas, South Side in Houston, Texas, Third Ward in Houston, Texas, Cedar Valley and Lancaster, Texas, North Dallas in Dallas, Texas, Old East Dallas in Dallas, Texas, Universal City in Universal City, Texas. So what is the deadline to apply for Bezos Academy? The deadline to apply for the 2024-2025 school year at most Bezos Academy locations in Texas has passed. Families will be notified of their status by May 20th. To be eligible for the lottery, applicants must apply for Universal City by 11:59 p.m. PST on July 14th. Um, okay, that was confusing. So I guess for the next year, apply. Uh, they didn't say when you should apply by. Usually it's going to be like, I think I want to say between November. Look on your school's website, your district's website around like November to like February is usually when they open up the enrollment for the next school year. That's how it works in my district anyway. So they're saying how much do parents spend a year on childcare? So of course, contact your state board or your district's school board to find out when the enrollment opens for these academies if you want to apply to get your child into these schools. And I think that'd be incredibly helpful for parents. I like that he is targeting people who are under the poverty line, because that helps with childcare cost. And for it to be year round, that's amazing, not having to scramble and look for daycare during the summer. So according to the Institute for Women's Policy Research, American families spend 11% of their monthly income on childcare for children 3 to 4 years old. The study also shares that universal pre-kindergarten would save families $17 billion per year. Black families spend over 12% of their monthly income on childcare. Single parents spend almost 75% more on childcare than two-parent households. American families spend an average of $690 per month, or $6,211 annually, out of their own pockets on childcare during weekday standard hours just for their 3 and 4-year-olds. What are Texas spending on childcare? So according to the University of Texas Lyndon B. Johnson School of Public Affairs, the average cost for infant care in Texas is $777 per month, or $9,324 per year, nearly 14% of the state's median household income of $67,321, and more expensive than a year of in-state tuition at a 4-year public college. That's insane. Other data in the study shows that more than half of the counties in Texas have become childcare deserts, where there are at least 3 times as many children under age 5 as there are fully licensed childcare slots available. And a lot of those child care facilities closed around COVID when the prices are just astronomical. They couldn't really get enough kids in because everything was closed, or the distancing measures were in place. It was crazy. And I'm like, something has to give here. Like, what is going on? How can we not figure out by now how to run a successful childcare center without it costing an arm and a leg to like pay and it costs a lot of money, and the employees are not even getting paid well. Like, I think they're getting minimum wage if they're lucky. Texas childcare workers earn poverty level wages, which I was actually just saying, with an average wage of $12 per hour. Between March 2020 and January 2023, Texas had 5,000 childcare centers and licensed family homes close. Wow, 5,000 childcare centers were closed and licensed family homes were closed between 2020 and 2023, leaving the state with 27% fewer childcare programs compared with pre-pandemic levels. That's like over a quarter of like their childcare facilities not being available for the parents. That's crazy. So the only issue I would have with whenever I hear like people opening up their schools is like, what influence would they have over the children? And it does make me wonder and think about their real motives for doing this. And I think about like organizations like the Daughters of Confederacy or things like that, where they're just trying to take CRT out of the schools and indoctrinate our kids into this like white supremacist system. So that's like the only concern I really have, is like, what is the curriculum going to consist of? What are they going to be really teaching our children? And it's like, but what are you going to do? You know, it's saving parents money, and it's allowing kids to go to school a lot earlier. So I think in this case, you know, parents just have to know they're going to always have to teach their kids the truth, because the schools are not going to do it at this time. And so, you know, you have to weigh the pros and the cons, and I feel like the pros outweigh the cons. So hats off to Bezos for seeing a need and addressing it. And I wish we could see more of this from other billionaires like Elon Musk and Oprah. just addressing the issues that are going on in this country, because there's a lot of people with a lot of money that could be doing things like this. Like, and it's always going to be a plus to invest in children. Like, sitting here and just complaining about kids while not investing in them isn't going to change anything. Like, you have to invest in the youth because they are the future of this country. And I feel like adults have failed our children for a very long time, and they're still doing it. So it's nice to see. Bezos has always been the reason why he is successful. That people, I don't know if people understand this, but I've realized from studying Bezos, like, just looking at him, like, it's not really like you had to study that hard, but I maybe watched like one documentary on like his life or whatever when he's creating Amazon. But to me, Bezos is like someone who is a common sense type person. Like, things that are just so obviously an issue, he just resolves the issue. Like, it's like, you want to have things delivered to your home from anywhere in the world or whatever you want to order. I'm going to create a company that does that. You know, I'm going to get into pharmacy and groceries because people have to eat and buy medicines. Now he's like, I'm going to just start pre-K because we know daycares are closed and the whole system is broken and parents need quality childcare. And then also there's like studies showing that obviously the sooner kids can start learning, the better for our future, right? And so he's going to stay winning because he's so obvious, like the way he moves. He doesn't make it harder than it needs to be. And I think that's like the American way, is to do too much, like say too much and do nothing. And it's like always like a lot of red tape and bureaucracy and all this BS and talking back and forth and fake outrage and all this junk that really gets nothing done. It's like there's a need, there's a problem, let's fix it. Like, let's get a solution and move forward. And that's one thing I've always respected about Bezos, is like, as a businessman or person just in general, just an American, just as an American, like, he gets it. Like, it's like, there's an issue, let's resolve it. And people want to know how he is so successful. And it's like, this is why. Like, it's just like, these are problems that Americans are having. And why are we going over to other countries and spending money over there, or, you know, or just doing whatever, and we're not really fixing these like really important issues that we have right here in America. And it's like, the thing is, I just don't see people investing in Americans enough, especially our kids. Like, I see so much negativity all over the internet about children these days, and people wonder why the kids are not okay and why they're running amok and doing so many crazy things. And it's like, well, you don't like kids, so that's why. It's like, you don't like them, they can tell. You don't care about them, they can tell. And people are not investing in children. They don't care about the youth. I know when I was growing up, we always heard that children are the future. Like, we heard that a lot, and I don't really hear that anymore. So I don't know, like, people just don't even care. People are trying to start this narrative that we're overpopulated. It's like, how is that the case when people die? It's just been a hot mess. So congratulations to Bezos. This is incredible. I love that I heard about this, because I did not know he had these schools, and apparently he's opened them like all over the place. So that's amazing, and I hope to see more of this. And I would like to see more people with a lot of money, like Michael Jordan's goofy self, spending their money and putting it and doing this. Like, why can't we just continue to replicate what he's doing? You know, no schools that are open for like, oh, let's try to put them into, you know, create athletes or whatever. Like, let's focus on education, because that's what's really important. That's what's going to make America strong and very competitive against other countries globally. And STEM is really important. So things like that, like, we just need to be really focusing on those things instead of trying to be, you know, the next great basketball player or whatever. All right, so let me know what you all think about this story. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you to all my subscribers. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.